And I also, was kind of told for so many years that I wasn't a singer because a singer has a big, powerhouse voice.
Yeah.
And, it was
Who
just
told you weren't a singer?
the whole internet.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're stepping into the world of Billie Eilish. Her striking lifestyle, skyrocketing earnings, and some major personal life changes that are turning heads and stirring buzz. From recent shifts to big things on the horizon, Billie's journey is anything but ordinary. If you're all about transformation, fame, and fearless moves, be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a moment. Let's get started. Born Billie Eilish Pirate Baird O'Connell on December 18, 2001 in Los Angeles, California, Billie Eilish was raised in an unconventional, creatively charged household that would deeply shape her artistic identity. She grew up in the Highland Park neighborhood of Los Angeles, in a close-knit family where music, storytelling, and self-expression were not only encouraged but woven into everyday life. Her parents, Maggie Baird and Patrick O'Connell, were both actors and musicians, creating a home environment that valued creativity over conformity and artistic curiosity over rigid structure. Billie and her older brother, Phineas O'Connell, were homeschooled for much of their childhood, a choice that allowed them freedom to explore their interests without traditional academic constraints. This flexible upbringing gave Billie the space to develop her imagination, experiment with different art forms, and grow comfortable expressing emotions openly. Music was constantly present in the household. Her parents played instruments, wrote songs, and introduced their children to a wide range of genres, from classic rock and folk to jazz and alternative music. From an early age, Billie showed a natural inclination toward performance and creativity. She joined the Los Angeles Children's Chorus at age 8, an experience that helped her develop vocal control, harmony, and an early understanding of musical structure. At the same time, she explored dance, visual art, and fashion, often using clothing and style as a form of self-expression long before it became a signature part of her public persona. These early hobbies reflected her instinct to communicate feelings visually and emotionally, not just through sound. A pivotal influence in Billie's early development was her relationship with her brother Phineas. The siblings shared a bedroom-turned studio, where Phineas, already writing and producing music, began collaborating with Billie in a deeply organic way. Rather than following a traditional industry path, they created music at home, experimenting freely without pressure or expectations. This partnership became the foundation of Billie's artistic voice, blending intimate lyrics with minimalist, emotionally charged production. Billie's first major step into music came almost by accident. In 2015, she recorded the song Ocean Eyes, originally written by Phineas for his band, and uploaded it to SoundCloud so her dance teacher could use it for choreography. The song quickly gained traction online, drawing attention for Billie's haunting vocal delivery and understated emotional depth. What began as a casual upload soon became a viral moment, marking a turning point in her life and revealing the power of her unique sound. Despite her rapid rise, Billie's early years were grounded in strong family support and creative independence. Her parents remained closely involved, helping her navigate opportunities while protecting her sense of self. Rather than being molded by industry expectations, Billie was encouraged to stay authentic, to write honestly, dress how she wanted, and embrace vulnerability as a strength. With a childhood rooted in artistic freedom, emotional openness, and collaboration, Billie Eilish's early life laid the foundation for a career defined by originality and fearless self-expression. Her upbringing not only shaped her sound but also her worldview, setting the stage for an artist who would redefine pop music on her own terms while remaining deeply connected to where she came from.
See here that you have 2 Oscars, 9 Grammys. You're the youngest and first female artist to win all 4 general category Grammys in one night. And you're how old?
23.
Career and success. Building on the creative freedom and emotional openness that defined her early years, Billie Eilish transitioned from a bedroom songwriter into one of the most influential artists of her generation with remarkable speed. Her career took off in the mid-2000s when Ocean Eyes, the song she recorded with her brother and collaborator Phineas, spread rapidly online. Its understated production and ethereal vocals cut through the noise of mainstream pop, signaling the arrival of a voice that felt intimate, vulnerable, and unmistakably new. That early momentum quickly turned into a full-scale breakthrough. In 2019, Billie released her debut studio album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go?, which propelled her into global stardom. The project debuted at the top of charts around the world and produced defining hits like Bad Guy, a track that became a cultural moment in its own right. With its dark humor, minimalist sound, and genre-defying aesthetic, the album challenged conventional pop norms and positioned Billie as a major creative force rather than a teen novelty. Her success was soon cemented at the 2020 Grammy Awards, where she made history by sweeping the 4 major categories in a single night: Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best New Artist. An unprecedented achievement for an artist so early in her career. This moment marked Billie's transition from breakout star to industry-shaping figure, earning her recognition not just for popularity, but for artistic vision and innovation. As her career progressed, Billie continued to evolve musically and emotionally. Her sophomore album, Happier Than Ever, revealed a more reflective and expansive sound, blending soft ballads with explosive, guitar-driven tracks. The record explored themes of fame, identity, power, and self-protection, signaling a shift toward greater artistic control and maturity. It further demonstrated her willingness to resist commercial formulas in favor of honest self-expression. In parallel with her album releases, Billie expanded her presence across global stages. Her tours consistently sold out arenas and headlined major festivals, redefining what a pop performance could look like: minimalist yet emotionally intense, intimate yet massive in scale. Her collaborations remained selective and intentional, with Phineas continuing as her primary creative partner, reinforcing the authenticity that set her apart from traditional pop acts built by committees. One of the most defining milestones in her career came in 2022 when she recorded the theme song for the James Bond film, No Time to Die. The song earned her an Academy Award for Best Original Song, making her one of the youngest artists ever to receive the honor. This achievement further expanded her influence beyond the music industry and underscored her ability to leave a lasting mark on major cultural franchises. Over time, Billie's impact extended far beyond charts and awards. She became a style icon, known for rejecting industry beauty standards, a vocal advocate for mental health awareness, and a symbol of artistic autonomy for younger generations. Her evolution, from dark, whispered pop to more complex and emotionally layered work, reflected a career defined by growth rather than reinvention for shock value. In the mid-2000s, Billie entered a new phase of her career defined by confidence, restraint, and creative clarity. In 2024, she released her third studio album, Hit Me Hard and Soft, a project that marked a deliberate departure from maximalist pop trends. The release was followed by a global tour that reinforced her reputation as a powerful live performer capable of commanding massive venues without sacrificing intimacy.
Something you said interested me, because you've talked about how sometimes you don't like yourself in relationships because you don't like feeling vulnerable.
Yeah.
How do you write songs then, if you feel that way?
It's really hard. It's very difficult for me.
Income and wealth. Billie Eilish's financial success reflects her rapid rise from a bedroom recording artist to one of the most commercially powerful musicians of her generation. As of 2026, her estimated net worth is widely reported to be in the range of $50 million to $70 million, according to industry analysts and major financial outlets. The foundation of Billie's income comes from her music. Her albums and singles have generated billions of streams worldwide, placing her among the top earners of the streaming era. With favorable royalty splits and significant creative ownership, shared primarily with her brother and producer Phineas, Billie benefits directly from long-term streaming revenue rather than relying solely on upfront advances. Her catalog continues to generate consistent passive income across platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. Touring has been another major driver of her earnings. Billie's world tours routinely sell out arenas and headline major international festivals, producing tens of millions of dollars in gross revenue per tour cycle. Unlike many pop acts, her live shows are relatively minimal in production, allowing for higher profit margins. Merchandise sales, including limited edition apparel and tour exclusives, further amplify tour-related income. Brand partnerships and endorsements form another important pillar of her wealth. Billie has collaborated with global brands such as Nike, Gucci, and Adobe, often opting for creative partnerships rather than standard endorsement deals. These collaborations reportedly command multi-million-dollar fees while allowing her to maintain control over her image and messaging. She has also released successful fragrance lines, which added a consumer product revenue stream to her portfolio. Crucially, Billie's financial growth has been shaped by a long-term strategy centered on ownership, selectivity, and authenticity. Rather than flooding the market with endorsements or overextending her brand, she has chosen fewer, higher-value projects that strengthen both her cultural influence and earning power. This approach has positioned her not just as a high-earning pop star, but as a sustainable modern music business in her own right. Taken together, Billie Eilish's income streams, music, touring, licensing, branding, and selective ventures illustrate how a new generation of artists can build significant wealth without sacrificing creative independence. Still early in her career, her net worth is expected to continue growing as her catalog matures and her influence expands, solidifying her status as both a cultural icon and a financially savvy artist. Life and lifestyle. Flowing naturally from her financial success and creative independence, Billie Eilish's lifestyle offers a revealing look at the person behind the global stardom. Away from the stage and studio, Billie is known for embracing a life that prioritizes authenticity, emotional honesty, and personal well-being, often in ways that challenge traditional celebrity norms. One of Billie's most defining personal interests is her deep connection to visual art, fashion, and self-expression. Long before becoming a fashion icon, she used clothing as a form of emotional armor and creative storytelling. Her signature oversized silhouettes, bold colors, and unconventional styling weren't just aesthetic choices but deliberate statements about body autonomy, comfort, and rejecting objectification. Over time, her style has evolved, becoming more fluid and experimental, reflecting her growing confidence and willingness to explore different sides of herself while still maintaining control over her image. Outside of music, Billie enjoys a range of hobbies that reflect her introspective personality. She has spoken openly about her love for drawing, journaling, and spending time alone to recharge creatively. Dance has also played a major role in her life. Before music fully took over, she trained extensively as a dancer, and movement remains an important outlet for emotional expression and physical grounding. Even in her downtime, creativity remains central, just expressed more quietly and privately. Billie is also known for her strong bond with animals and her vegan lifestyle, which ties directly into her passion for environmental and animal rights advocacy. She has been vocal about climate change, sustainability, and ethical consumption, often using her platform to promote cruelty-free fashion and environmentally conscious choices. Her activism isn't performative. It's woven into her daily habits, touring decisions, and brand partnerships, many of which she accepts only if they align with her values. Philanthropy and social advocacy are key pillars of Billie's lifestyle. She has supported numerous causes related to mental health awareness, youth empowerment, climate action, and social justice.
I'd say if you have money, it would be great to use it for good things and maybe give it to some people that need it.
Billie frequently speaks candidly about mental health struggles, body image issues, and the pressures of fame, helping to normalize these conversations for millions of young fans. By sharing her own vulnerabilities, she has become an unexpected but powerful voice for emotional openness in a culture that often rewards perfection. Like many high-profile artists, Billie has faced her share of controversies and public scrutiny. From backlash over her fashion choices to debates sparked by personal comments or shifting public image, she has grown up under intense observation. Rather than retreating, Billie has used these moments as opportunities for reflection and growth, often addressing criticism head-on and adjusting her boundaries with the public. These experiences have led her to value privacy more deeply and to become more intentional about what she shares and what she protects. In her personal life, Billie gravitates towards simplicity despite her fame. She has spoken about enjoying quiet time at home, watching shows, spending time with close friends and family, and maintaining routines that keep her grounded. This contrast, global superstardom paired with a preference for low-key living, has become a defining feature of her lifestyle. Ultimately, Billie Eilish's lifestyle reflects a character rooted in self-awareness, independence, and emotional depth. She lives deliberately, questioning expectations rather than conforming to them, and choosing purpose over excess. This commitment to authenticity, both in how she lives and how she presents herself, adds a powerful layer to her legacy, ensuring she's remembered not just as a chart-topping artist, but as a cultural figure who reshaped what it means to grow up, speak out, and stay true in the public eye.
What turns you on, though?
Someone thinking I'm funny. Mm-hmm. Someone laughing at my jokes.
Yeah, same.
If you make your sibling laugh,
I know.
you're just like, hit the jackpot.
My favorite laugh in the world is my brother's.
I've dated your brother.
I know.
Do you think he's gonna be jealous?
Yeah.
Personal relationships. Flowing from the lifestyle that keeps her grounded, Billie Eilish's relationships and connections paint a vivid picture of someone who values deep, meaningful bonds, both personal and professional, even amid the pressures of global fame. At the heart of Billie's personal life is her family, especially her relationship with her older brother, Phineas O'Connell. Their connection is foundational. They grew up together in a creatively stimulating home and later built a career as one of music's most powerful sibling duos. Phineas is not only Billie's biggest supporter, but also her primary creative partner, producing and co-writing much of her music. Their bond has remained strong and collaborative throughout Billie's rise, offering emotional stability and artistic synergy that few sibling relationships enjoy in the spotlight. Billie has also experienced high-profile romantic relationships that shaped her personally before her current public partnership. Early in her adult life, she dated rapper Brandon Adams and actor Matthew Tyler Vorse, and later had a widely reported relationship with singer Jesse Rutherford, which ended amicably in 2023. Though these past relationships were kept relatively private and short-lived, Billie has spoken openly about the emotional growth they brought, noting that past heartbreaks taught her about intimacy, self-respect, and the importance of boundaries. In recent years, media outlets have spotlighted a significant new connection: Billie's romance with actor and musician Nat Wolff. Rumors of their relationship first surfaced in early 2025, with sightings of the two leaving awards shows together and sharing affectionate moments, including being photographed kissing on a private balcony in Venice, Italy in June of that year. In February 2026, the pair made a memorable appearance together at the 2026 Grammy Awards, where they sat closely and shared moments of support and subtle PDA as Billie accepted the award for Song of the Year, seemingly confirming their romance in a public setting. Nat Wolff, known for roles in Paper Towns and The Fault in Our Stars, and for his musical career alongside his brother Alex, has a long-standing creative connection with Billie. He appeared in her self-directed music video for Chihiro, supported as an opening act on her tour, and shares with her a bond rooted in their mutual experience with Tourette syndrome and artistic collaboration. In addition to these public acknowledgments of their closeness, several entertainment news outlets, including Hello Magazine and Daily Mail, have reported that speculation around Billie and Nat is intensifying beyond casual dating. Some sources have even suggested that Nat Wolff could be husband material, and that insiders are whispering about talks of a potential engagement in the future, fueled in part by Billie's noticeable ring at the Grammys that sparked engagement rumors among fans and media alike. However, as of now, neither Billie nor Nat has publicly confirmed an engagement, and they continue to navigate their relationship on their own terms. Observers have also noted how naturally Nat appears to fit into Billie's inner world. Unlike past relationships, he has been seen spending time with her close circle rather than positioning himself in the spotlight, a detail that fans and insiders alike interpret as a sign of genuine commitment. Those familiar with the situation describe their dynamic as emotionally balanced and creatively aligned, with Nat offering steady support during an especially reflective period in Billie's life. While the couple remains intentionally private, the consistency of their appearances together has fueled the perception that this relationship represents a more settled, future-oriented chapter for Billie. Beyond romance, Billie maintains close friendships and professional alliances with fellow musicians, artists, and creatives who share her values of authenticity and introspection. Many of these relationships, while not always in the spotlight, provide critical support, whether through collaboration, mutual encouragement, or shared experiences in an industry that can often feel isolating. Billie's approach to relationships reflects her deep sense of loyalty, emotional honesty, and intentional privacy. She chooses to share selectively, guarding the core of her personal life while allowing those closest to her to stand beside her as she continues to evolve. This blend of openness with careful boundaries underscores a personality that values connection without sacrificing self-respect, a theme that resonates through her music, her life choices, and her growing legacy. Real estate. Unlike many artists who use real estate as a visible marker of success, Billie Eilish has taken a noticeably restrained and personal approach to property ownership. Her real estate choices emphasize privacy, emotional comfort, and creative freedom rather than scale or spectacle, an approach that closely mirrors her personality and public image. The most famous home connected to Billie is the Highland Park family house in Los Angeles, where she grew up and where much of her early music was created. Purchased by her parents in 2001 for a relatively modest sum, the roughly 1,200 square foot, two-bedroom home became globally known as the place where Billie and her brother Phineas recorded songs that would later top charts worldwide. Despite its cultural significance, the house itself is simple and unpretentious, symbolic of Billie's origins and the grounded environment that shaped her artistry. While the home remains owned by her parents, increased public attention and security concerns eventually made it less suitable as a primary residence once her fame exploded. Billie's first major personal real estate purchase came while she was still a teenager. A Los Angeles area horse ranch reportedly acquired for around $2.3 million. Previously owned by singer Leona Lewis, the property includes a main residence of just over 2,000 square feet, along with additional structures and outdoor space designed for privacy and animal care. The ranch-style layout, pool, and gated grounds offered Billie a quiet retreat away from crowds. Well aligned with her love of animals, her vegan lifestyle, and her need for emotional decompression away from the public eye. Much of the property had already been renovated before the sale, allowing Billie to move into a home focused on comfort rather than flashy redesign. While rumors have occasionally circulated about additional high-end purchases, Billie has not been publicly linked to an expansive or aggressively diversified real estate portfolio. Instead, coverage consistently points to a small number of carefully chosen properties, often close to family and trusted collaborators. This stands in contrast to many celebrities who rapidly accumulate multiple mansions across different states or countries. The aesthetic associated with Billie's homes tends toward warm, lived-in California design rather than ultra-modern luxury. Privacy, security, and emotional safety appear to be higher priorities than entertaining large groups or showcasing wealth. Her properties are described as functional creative sanctuaries, places where she can write, rest, and disconnect without feeling watched. Cars and vehicles. Billie Eilish's relationship with cars has followed the same arc as her rise to fame: quiet, personal, and largely free of excess. In her early years, before global tours and sold-out arenas, Billie relied on modest, practical transportation, often sharing vehicles with family members. She has spoken about learning to drive later than many of her peers, a reflection of her sheltered, home-centered upbringing and the fact that music, not mobility, was the primary focus of her teenage life. Before international fame and chart-topping records, Billie was known for her early and somewhat nostalgic love for retro American cars. One of her first vehicles was a matte black Dodge Challenger, a bold and muscular car that quickly became a fan favorite, thanks in part to her frequently posting photos and videos with it. As her career took off, Billie's car collection expanded to include a few more standout vehicles. She's been seen with a Chevrolet Suburban, often used during tours and major press events, a practical choice offering both space and security. She's also been linked to a matte black Dodge Charger, adding to her collection of bold, performance-heavy American classics. Despite having access to luxury European brands, Billie's taste has leaned consistently toward vintage muscle cars and iconic silhouettes with emotional resonance rather than flashy logos. One of her most talked-about vehicles was a custom matte black Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat, gifted to her for her 17th birthday. With over 700 horsepower and a price tag upwards of $60,000, the car made headlines, not for its extravagance, but for how perfectly it aligned with Billie's rebellious aesthetic and love for all things bold, fast, and throwback-inspired. More recently, Billie has also shown signs of evolving preferences. She's been spotted near Tesla models, and there's speculation that she's moved toward electric or hybrid vehicles, aligning with her strong public stance on climate issues and sustainability. Though not confirmed in detail, such a shift would be entirely in character for someone who has consistently used her platform to speak out on environmental responsibility. For long-distance travel, she typically uses private flights or tour buses, especially during international tours, preferring transportation that balances privacy, comfort, and control over her space. Current lifestyle. In 2025 and into 2026, Billie Eilish continues to push creative boundaries while maintaining a strong connection with her core identity as an emotionally honest and genre-fluid artist. Her most recent album, Hit Me Hard and Soft, released in 2024, has continued to make waves, with singles like Wildflower re-emerging in 2025 and helping Billie win Song of the Year at the 2026 Grammy Awards, further cementing her status as one of music's most impactful voices. One of the defining projects of this period is her upcoming 3D concert film, Hit Me Hard and Soft: The Tour, Live in 3D, co-directed with legendary filmmaker James Cameron. Scheduled to debut in theaters in May 2026, this cinematic experience captures her sold-out world tour in an immersive format that merges film and live performance like never before, a bold step that stretches her influence beyond traditional music platforms. Although Billie has not announced a full new album release yet, fans and industry insiders are anticipating that a fourth studio album could arrive in 2026, continuing her evolution into fresh sonic territory and keeping audiences intrigued about her next musical chapter. Meanwhile, she has broadened her creative footprint with brand collaborations, such as a limited Uno card deck inspired by her artistic aesthetic, and support for Friends' musical projects, most recently publicly championing her boyfriend Nat Wolff's new album on social media. On the personal front, Billie remains deeply connected to her close family and creative circle while striking a balance between professional ambition and well-being. Her relationship with Nat Wolff continues to be part of her public narrative as she supports his music and quietly champions collaborative momentum between their artistic communities. Billie also uses her platform to advocate for issues she cares about. At the 2026 Grammy Awards, she notably used her acceptance speech to call for compassion and reform around immigration policy, delivering a powerful social justice message that highlighted her commitment to activism as part of her public identity. In 2025/2026, Billie Eilish continues to stay relevant, not by chasing trends, but by expanding her artistic expression, deepening fan engagement through innovative projects, and speaking authentically about the issues that matter to her. Whether she's redefining the concert film experience, championing creative peers, or engaging with social causes, she remains one of the most influential and evolving figures in modern music. That brings us to the end of this story. If you enjoyed it, don't miss the other celebrity journeys waiting for you on screen. Thanks so much for watching.